Everybody, here is the review. So, last week, Candace, she was offered the deal by Charles. Okay, give up your brother, you get out of trouble, scot free, all of that. Well, of course, she said no. And
Better have.
yeah, of course, she said no. She better have said no. And Charles was like, "You gave up the deal of a lifetime," and she said, "No, you gave up the deal of a lifetime." And that was, she said no, and I would have expected her to say no, but last week the way they ended it, it kind of left it open.
I
But
thought she was gonna give up Jeffrey, tell him he
yeah,
could frame Jeffrey.
yeah, but oh no, she said no to that, and so, okay, so at the police station, going off this, Hannah is still there, and Veronica comes out of, I guess, like the questioning room or wherever, and she calls Hannah Benny's grandmother. Now, Hannah doesn't really engage that much. She said, "I'm his mother," and that was it. She didn't try to fight her or anything. It's just like, it really wasn't a time to fight or engage Veronica in her nonsense. And so once Hannah goes into the questioning room, Catherine decides to hit on Mitch, and she starts talking about, I'm gonna need a man like you, and he says, "How much are you paying?" And then she says, "Well, you would be paying me," and he's like, "Okay, are you serious?" And so when he figures out she's serious, he gets up and leaves. He's like, "Okay, I'm out of here." Okay, so now on to um, Benny and Hannah. Now Veronica's there in the questioning room with them, and to kind of cover the base, attorney-client privilege, so they can't use anything against him. So Hannah, again, she keeps asking Benny, "Did you kill Quincy? Did you do it?" He keeps saying no, but he won't detail exactly what happened. He won't say that he buried the body. He just lets her know, "I didn't kill Quincy," and she wants to know why he's in there, but he won't tell her, and nobody really knows why the Secret Service is involved. But that's Charles, but nobody knows that yet. So anyway, Hannah starts talking about Candace again. She starts railing on Candace. "Oh, your sister, her child is dead, and she hadn't even called." And Benny's like, "Well, maybe she hasn't been watching TV or anything." And Hannah's just adamant, "She knows. She knows." And it's like, Hannah, stop, because if you had taken that child somewhere decent, like when Catherine offers you somewhere to stay, he wouldn't be dead. You chose to stay in crappy motels. And that's why Warlock was able to get to you and, shoot up the place. So, and then Hannah goes in on Veronica. She's like, don't you trust that hoe? She is a hoe." And Hannah is always claiming to be really proper and upstanding, but when she gets angry, she will call anybody a hoe or whatever. She'll say all sorts of things. So she doesn't always talk like a church going woman or whatever. It's, Hannah. She's had run-ins with Veronica before, and she's called her a hoe. She said she would have, if she wasn't saved, she would have drug her out in the yard and beat her. That's when Hannah still had the house. But anyway, if you've been watching the show, you know how Hannah can go off sometimes. And so next, in the lobby of the police station, Justin confronts Veronica. Now he gets all thuggish at first, and he's like, "Delete the video," um, and she says, "Make me," or whatever, and so she's not giving it up, and so slowly he goes out of the thuggishness, and he's like, "Please delete the video, please delete the video," and she's like, "No, no, I'm not doing it." And then he goes back a little bit thuggish and says, "You won't like the consequences if you do that." And so she doesn't delete the video, and he's left like, okay, he's still left in the same position. He doesn't know what she's going to do with the video. And of course, he's scared because he doesn't want his wife to find out, and Veronica's threatening to put it all out in open court where everybody can hear it. Um, let's see what happened. Oh yeah. Okay, so next is Candace and Erica. Now this is probably the best part of the episode because Candace goes over there to Erica to talk about Charles and everything he's done, and she said that she says that he is the mark, like the ultimate mark, but he's managed to get over on her. He knows everything about her, that it's really creepy and all that. And then this is where the best part comes in. Candace tells Erica, well, he wants me to give up Benny for Quincy's murder. And so Erica decides to say, well, that might not be such a bad idea. And and she across the face, and it's like, okay, we knew Erica was gonna get hit because in the preview they showed her calling Warlock. Okay, she hit me.
The bitch
hit yeah, me. And but the way it happened, it was so unexpected right at that moment. So Candace was not having any of that. Don't even talk about me giving up my brother. Don't say it. Don't say it at all. And she's pretty much on to Erica. She told her, when I was running things, you were my bottom bitch, and you weren't bringing in that much money. She just dragged her completely. And then she told her, that dress you gave me, I recognized the scent on it. It was that cheap ghetto cologne that War wears. And Erica's trying to play dumb. I don't deal with war. I don't deal with war. And she said, and Candace said, I'll throw you out a window. And so Candace gets another dress from her and she leaves. And as soon as she leaves, Erica gets on the phone to Warlock. That bitch hit me. She hit me. You need to get her. And Warlock's not worried about all that. He's more worried about himself. He won't even send anybody because she tells him, well, send somebody to come get her. And he says, no, I need all of them, because he knows he's in trouble because he messed with the Malones and they're out there looking for him and all of that. Okay, so back to the police station. So the DA, and that's right, I forgot there was a scene with Wyatt, and the DA called him and said, well, Jennifer Salison, the DA, is dead, and he doesn't really detail what happened to her. He just wants to talk to Wyatt, and Wyatt tells him, well, come over. But anyway, so the DA or the deputy DA or the acting DA, whatever he is now, he's at the hospital. He talks to Catherine, and he says, well, Jennifer Salison is dead. And Catherine's like, oh, that's sad. And then he goes on to say, well, we checked her phone records, and the last person that she talked to was you. And she was supposedly last seen at your house. And Catherine's still playing, like she doesn't know what's going on. Like, I don't know why she would be at my house. But the DA is still pushing, but Veronica gets him in line. She says, I forget what his name was. She's like, you can't do this. You can't question her here. You can't do this. And so he backs off. He doesn't want to lose his job because Veronica probably could really cost him his job, because in that moment she had the law on her side, and she could really cost him his job because he was, out of line for trying to question Catherine right there. And he's like, do you represent everybody? And she's like, you know me. So Jeffrey goes to see Melissa, and he's trying to be all sympathetic now. And this is after the fact that he has treated Melissa like crap, and it wasn't even her fault. I mean, it's Veronica, yet he knew that Veronica had forced her into that situation, but yet he wanted to still treat Melissa like crap. And so somebody comes in the room, and she's like, I'm Doris, and it's Melissa's mother. Now, I don't know. Somebody named Doris. I don't think there's anybody named Doris that was just. Everybody named Doris is just troubled or mean or whatever. That name just does not set right with me. It's just like, no. And so she comes in and she's like Veronica, except she's like Veronica in more regular people clothes, and regular people clothes that regular everyday people clothes. She's like a middle class Veronica, or maybe a lower income Veronica, whatever you want to call it.
What?
I don't know. And she came in and she's like, Melissa, you need to stop this. You need to stop this. This is not going to help you. This is the third time you've tried to do this. So,
What?
yeah, and he's like, what? You know how he talks. And so she says that Melissa tried to kill herself twice before. And
once when she was a teenager.
Yeah, once when she was a teenager. And she's all about killing yourself is not going to bring your father back or whatever. And it was, or no, she said, killing yourself, I can't have you hurting yourself, and I'm trying to bury your father. And then she goes in on Jeffrey because he tries to tell her, well, there are places that can help you with this. Well, and Doris says, well, I'm not looking for handouts, but I know you're looking for hand jobs. You're gay, aren't you? And it's like, well, I don't know. But she's just really over the top. And
if it turns out
it's
that
obvious.
her and Veronica are related, incest.
Yeah. But I don't think they are. They're just
related,
crazy.
but my
They're
God.
both just crazy, and she's really not pleased that Veronica has them over a barrel. She's like, she already owns us. And she tells Melissa, look, this is a nice looking man. If you have a baby with him, everything will be okay. So she's just like, okay, just get this deal done and we'll be fine. And so she blows out of there as quick as she came in. And, okay, so now we understand why Melissa is, part of the reason why she tried to kill herself, because her mother is crazy, just like Veronica.
Okay. Bitch. Just like Veronica.
I know. Okay. Let me, see. Okay, so I know I had another page. Okay, anyway, I'll find the other page. But anyway, so Candace, she finally finds out that her son is dead. So, Charles comes to her room, and she's not expecting him to say that, so he tells her there was a shooting, and, at first she thinks, "What did you do?" And he said, "Well, I wouldn't do anything like that."
You know, dumb Landon
And
standing
Dan
behind
Landon's in
him.
the
He
background looking
never
like
says anything.
he
He
never
just looks
says it. He's
stupid
just like,
from last week.
um.
He just looks stupid from
Well,
last week.
yeah, because he made a fool of himself last week. So she finds out, and she goes from like real evil to just like, like in zero 6. Yeah, she goes
Lost her
from real
child.
either like to just the mother who's lost her child just within a few seconds, and then she tells Charles once go.
She's gonna
She
win
gets a
an
little
Emmy.
bit. She has to elevate a little more. Get out. He's still standing there. Finally, she just has to take it to DEFCON 9. Get out! And then he finally gets the.
She gonna get an Emmy for
She
that.
should. She should. And so the episode doesn't end there. How it ends is Catherine and Veronica are at Catherine's old house, and Veronica has something in her hand, and it's like, okay, what's going on? And then she comes. Veronica has this gasoline, and Catherine's like, "What are you doing?" And Veronica said, "We're gonna burn this mother down. Evidence? There's no evidence. There's no case. You're not getting me involved in all this."
You
And
know,
so Catherine just is like, okay, I guess there's no choice. So she lights the match,
you
and
sure,
and,
Jim?
and Veronica's all, "Are you sure Jim's not in there?" And the way that the light from the fire was raining on her face, it made her look like she was like she was rising up from the depths of hell. And she looked so sinister. But anyway, that's how the episode ended. Candace finally found out that her son is dead, and Catherine and Veronica are burning their house to the ground. So
Burn, baby, burn.
next week, I think Warlock is going to finally get what is coming to him, or at least he's gonna come very close to it. So by the end of this season, I think Warlock's going to be no more. So that was the review. I do one every week, so please like and subscribe, and I will see you later.